We will see. And hello, this is Johnna with Johnna's Journey. Hope everyone has had a past great weekend and a great beginning to your week. So, it's been a hot minute since I've been here. It's been eventful. It's been eventful. Chosen, how are you? I'm doing great, Laura. Thank you. How are you? I'm glad to be back on. Well, good. I'm glad that you're doing well, Laura. I am so glad, and I'm so glad you're here. Well, tonight I am working on. Oh, I just lost my needle. Okay. I hope I'm not going to be doing the whole boot me off and get me back on here. And yeah, I lost my needle, but I don't know where it went. I don't need it right now anyway. Well, hello, Lenora. How are you? But anyway, I'm working on crocheting on more of a puff sleeve. I'm still experimenting. So I did cut off the sleeve. This is a t-shirt that I actually found at Real King. They had them marked down for $5. I know why they had them marked down for $5, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go with it. So the reason why I say that is because a lot of my t-shirts I've been getting, all of the print is on the front, and these are all on the back. So this is the front of the t-shirt, and it has like the Lincoln Outfitter logo, you know. And what I thought about doing was cutting out the neck and just doing like a lace neck. But I thought, I think what I'm going to do is, and I'm going to crochet like a little granny square pocket and maybe put over that logo, or maybe leave the logo and crochet a little granny square pocket over here. Haven't decided yet. Keep it this way and then still have the back for this one. And I left the tag on it so everybody could see. I got it for $5. They were on clearance for $5. This is a size large in women's. So normally they're like $10. So they were half off. So didn't think that was a bad deal, you know. Not much more than what I'm spending on the thrifted shirts, because some of those shirts are like even around like $2-3 sometimes. Sometimes they're $1. It just depends. So right now I'm trying to do more of a gathered sleeve. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to like it. I don't know if it's going to draw it up too much. So this is just kind of an experiment. So what I did with this was just started out with the stitching like I've done with these types of shirts. And this is one I'm still working on. I haven't got it all the way finished yet. I was just sitting here wishing I had a friend to crochet with, and ta-da, here you are. Aww. I'm so glad you're here. I have missed everyone. I really have. But there's just been a lot going on here. A lot going on. A lot. I mean, good stuff, but a lot. So we had the grandbabies here. You know, that happened on Saturday. Yes, it's friendship time. And I had my grandbabies, you know, show up a little bit early. So that was good. I prefer back print. Yeah, pocket in front sounds cute. Wow, cute back. The one in back is so cute and it's fun. Experimenting, you're really creative. Well, thank you, Laura. Yeah, I just want to be different. So this one, and that's what I determined really, is that, yeah, I am going to go ahead and do the pocket thing, you know. And I may jazz it up a little bit more using some of the colors from back here for the pocket. So I don't know for sure which side I'm going to do yet. I'm thinking that I'll go ahead and cover up the logo. I don't know. What do you guys think? So, but yeah, that's my thoughts right now. Now, this is to where if I don't like it gathered, I can stretch it out and I can make it straight. If it's not going to lay right and it's going to bunch it up too much in the shoulder area and make it not lay right, you know, something like that, I can modify it. So, not a big deal. I haven't tied it off or done anything like that. So, maybe a middle kangaroo pocket like on a sweatshirt. I have to think about that. That's a cute idea, Laura. I'll have to think about that. I'll write that down in my notes because I have my trusty notebook right here. But no, the kids ended up, you know, they were staying the night, and so yeah, then Seth decided that we were getting chickens. So on Sunday we get up and we go get chickens. So making a market bag, cute. I like the market bags. I've made several of those. So I've slowed up on them now. So, but yeah, I like the market bags. They're really cute. So now I have 5 baby chicks, and the one, I call it chicken butt, they call it whatever, but there's already been one, Ruby. I've already called her Ruby. So I've already had to treat her for that. So she had it as soon as we got her, I believe. So, and she's doing fine. So nothing to worry about on that. Then we decided we were going to clean out the garage, and we have been doing that, and we have made so much progress on that. Every night or every day we've been working a little bit the last 2 days on it so we can get it done, and gradually getting things organized and getting it out of our house, out of our garage. So whatever doesn't leave is probably going to get donated, so, or something. I don't know. We're just ready to get rid of it, honestly. So anyway, there was that. And then whenever I went to go to bed last night, I done something that I shouldn't have, and normally don't even have in our house. Their chicks, Easter, or Peeps would be a good name for one. Aw, yes, that would be cute. Right now we have Comet, Ruby, what was the other one? Luna. And then there was one more. Comet, Ruby, Luna. They had one other one named, but I can't think of it right now. Oh, Freddie. But we hadn't picked a 5th name yet, so hey. Hey, Charlotte, how are you? So anyway, I go to bed last night, and I had a bowl at my bedside, just on my nightstand, because sometimes, yes, I'll have a little snack while I'm watching my YouTube before I go to sleep, and there were some nuts in there, which I think I'd ate the nuts. It was just like a trail mix or whatever, but it had raisins in it, and we usually do not have raisins in the house because of Luna. Well, there had been some raisins left in that bowl, and whenever I went to go to bed last night, it was like there's nothing in my bowl, and I don't remember Luna being in here, but she had to have been in here because I didn't eat any of those raisins. So last night from about 9 o'clock, maybe 9:30, so I couldn't have been on anyway, but at least around in that time, in between that time and midnight, I was on the phone with trying to get a hold of our vet. They were already out. Even emergency was not taking calls. Then I had to call the U of I. They referred me to the ASPCA. Then I got a hold of another veterinary place. They wouldn't take me because I wasn't a client, so I got back on the phone with the ASPCA. And Then, of course, had to pay for the consultation fee, whatever, with that, which was fine because I didn't know especially what to do. And it had been quite some time since she had ingested them. It had to have been, because it had to have been when we weren't in the house. And she was, and I was thinking everything was shut up. So anyway, long story short, about midnight, we finally got to bed, but we never could get her to throw up. We gave her the peroxide and everything like they went ahead and said to do, which I figured they would, just to see if we could get some raisins out. She's been acting fine the whole time. Nothing any different, not acted like anything was wrong. They said, actually, if it was going to hit her with any toxicity, it probably would have done it by now, as far as being lethargic and having any type of issues. So that's been my experience with that. So I've not really been too stressed about it, though. So because I prayed about it and I was like, Lord, and he was putting me at ease with it, that she was going to be okay and that she'd be fine. So, but I still needed to follow through and, do all, because that could even be it too, that I'm supposed to do what I'm supposed to do, but she's going to be fine. So that's what we did. So she's still acting fine. So I did call the ASPCA, gave me a number, like a case number or whatever. So I passed that on to my vet, but they said to wait till Friday because it's still too soon to have anything with her kidneys maybe start to happen. So, but the ASPCA said that they really recommended going in for a baseline, which I wanted to do, but they wouldn't do it. So I guess we go in Friday for blood work to check her kidneys, because they said it may not even affect her kidneys if she's acting fine. So I was like, last night, I was like, okay, you're still not puking from the peroxide. I gave her 2 rounds, waited the 15 minutes each time, of course, and all that. I was like, are you made of steel? I thank you, Jesus, that you are, if you are, But I was just like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So, because I was just like, oh, can we just puke and get some raisins out, But anyway, praise the Lord, praise Jesus that she is okay. So far, everything's good. She's not acting any different. Her routine's been the same. She's freaking out because it's supposed to rain. So there you go. We've just had a lot. We've had a lot of stuff. Since she turned out okay, I figured this is where you say, sponsored by Trail Mix. Well, actually, it was called Country Mix, if you want to get technical. But it is a Trail Mix type thing. So, and I don't ever get it. Don't ever get it. And because of the raisins. Because the kids even be here, I don't let them have anything that she cannot have because they want to eat on the run. I don't like that. But for snacking, occasionally I will let them. But if they want to sit and eat, I make them sit at the table or at, Everly in her high chair or whatever. And because of that, But oh my, it was like, are you kidding me? So yeah, that's been, yeah. And then there was a couple of nights in there after the kids were here. I had totally gluten the whole weekend. So I was feeling pretty rough a couple of days. And that was on me. I'm not going to say any more than that. That was on me, and that was a no-no because that puts me into a flare big time of exhaustion and pain and not good. I was getting headache and everything, and even that day that I was having the ocular, I had some gluten. So I'm pretty sure that was the start of it right there. So, but anyway, I'm back feeling just fine. I've not glutened. I've not done anything. I've been being a big girl and doing the right things. And so I'm feeling much better. So there was one night I was in bed, I think by 8 o'clock. It was before 8 o'clock. It was still light out and I went to bed. So I was like, yeah. And I think that may have even been Sunday. I don't remember now. And I was dead to the world and I did not get up until it was crazy. So I'm going to go try to get some Korean barbecue. I'll let you guys know how that goes. Oh, well, that is good. I have had that before. I've made some before and it was really pretty good. Glad to hear it. Bed early is good sometimes. Yes. And in my case that day, it was because I needed the sleep. And even the next day, it would have been yesterday, I went to bed fairly early. I was trying to go to bed fairly early that night, but no, not with Luna. It ended up being after midnight. So it was a good thing that Monday night I went to bed early. So it was Sunday, Monday that I went to bed early. Tuesday, no. And yeah, because even yesterday I was, it was a good day yesterday. We got a lot done. So, and my baby chicks are doing great. So, and I'm happy about that. So I just didn't want to end up having dead chicks. And the kids have already FaceTimed me once, wanting to see them. So we've done that. And so yeah, and they are the cutest things. And Luna, she definitely wants to be all up in it, watching them and stuff. And she's not done anything. I mean, she gets pretty close though, and I'm like, I don't want you to get tempted. I don't want nothing, but I do want her to get used to them because, I mean, they're gonna be here, So, we're doing it for the eggs, but then also for the grandkids and for Papa to have a project, but it's more Grammy and Sam right now than Papa. Papa did a lot of work to get it ready, and don't get me wrong, he did. I mean, he did a lot of all that stuff, but as far as like going out and socializing with them and holding them and talking to them and doing all that kind of stuff, that's been us. So, but Whitney doesn't tend to be as much that way anyway, so. But I told him he really does need to kind of do it a little bit just because then they'll get used to him. So, hello, Bastion. So yeah, it's been fun so far. It really has. And even since Sunday, they have grown. I mean, we were out there looking at them earlier, and Whitney was like, "They have grown," and I was like, "Yeah." But they're going to. I mean, it's going to go pretty fast. Because, they're starting to get their little feathers a little bit and stuff. And you can see their little personalities kind of and who they're hanging with. So, because there's two of each. There's two different kinds. We got two each. Two leghorns. And then I can't remember what the other two yellow ones were called. And then Gray picked out a black one. I have no idea what that breed is. I have no idea what that one is. Because I never saw the paper or anything. He just picked that one. That's the one he wanted. And I was like, okay. But I was thankful that the girl that got him for us did pick Ruby. Because if not, I don't know what would have happened to her. If they wouldn't have caught her little hind end in time, because I had to soak her little butt and everything, and I know people probably don't want to hear that, but but I had to help her because otherwise she could have died. And it was like, no, we're not having no dead chicks. So, and it wasn't that big of a deal. So she's happy, I'm happy, everybody's happy, everybody's healthy. So that's all that matters. So yeah, it'll be a little bit before we get eggs and stuff, but right now we just have them in our, what we made for a brooder for them. So we don't have a chicken coop or anything yet. We'll get that here in a few weeks or so. I want to get it before, while it's still decent weather out, to be able to get something set up. So, and this is all on Seth. He's the one that said, if I start it and kind of do my thing, whatever, is it okay? And I was like, well, okay. I mean, you do you. Yes, happy and healthy, very blessed. Yes. Yeah, and honestly, they're gonna end up turning into kind of pet chickens. And I know I didn't make fun of my best friend for doing it, but in a way it was kind of like, oh my gosh, are you serious? But it's no different than having Luna and stuff. And I am a chicken person. I have always loved chickens. I've always wanted chickens. And we had tried years ago to hatch them just in an incubator. And that did not work. So we did not attempt again. That's whenever the kids were pretty young. And I remember trying it and nothing happened. Not one egg hatched. So then we were like, okay, it must not be meant for us right now. So we did not try again. And so now it's like we honestly have time for it now. So but with these sleeves, I just started it, like I said, by sewing the stitches around like I've done on my other tops. I went ahead and did 4 rows after that. Well, actually these stitches that I started, I did 2 of the half double stitches in each stitch, each like hand stitch, like slip stitch. I did 2 of those with a chain 1 in between, and then I did 4 rows of the half double crochet, and now I'm doing the granny stitch for the rest of the sleeve. And then I'm thinking about putting like almost like a band looking, like just a few rows, like 3, 4 rows of single crochet at the end of the arm of the sleeve to make it kind of a band. So we'll see once I get there how that'll work. But I'd like to get this sleeve done so I can see how it's going to look gathered with it on the mannequin to get it some kind of idea of how it's going to lay. Because otherwise I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. I don't know. I may have to leave it undone. Ungathered. So, and that's okay too, because I have something envisioned, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen, you know. Do you try them on before deciding how to finish? I usually put them on my mannequin to see kind of how things are going, you know. Not everything is made for my size, so not everything can I try on. So I do a lot of measuring. Because there are charts that I do go by for sizing and stuff like that. So the things that are within my size, sometimes I will try it on, especially if it is something for me, of course. But I do have a plus size mannequin downstairs that I will put it on sometimes. Otherwise, I'll use my mannequin forms that I have up here. But this mannequin form that I have behind me, it is a small, I believe, small to medium maybe. And then my other one that's the pedestal, or like the standing, you know, freestanding one, it is definitely a small. So because this I will definitely measure around the opening of the sleeve. To determine kind of how much, if any, because I don't know that I want it to be a tight band, or if I want it to be like a flowy band or a tight band. I don't know that I want it to be a tight band. I want it to be more flowy, honestly, but I may still have to kind of cinch it in a little bit more, you know. Decrease a few stitches. But first, I want to see how the gathered look, you know, turns out first. Yeah, I used to have a boutique, so I have access to mannequins. Not everybody has access to mannequins. So, I have two torso mannequins. I have this one that's smaller than another one that's bigger, a little bit bigger, but I still have it in storage. I don't have it here. I have a plus size in this one and just the tabletop mannequins. And then I have a freestanding one downstairs that's a plus size. Then, like I said, I have another freestanding over here that's like the pedestal type that's a small. So I definitely have access to that. So it does make it nice. It makes it easier. And to take pictures on and stuff too, you know. And sometimes you can find them in, like, the mannequin that I have, that's the freestanding one that I have in here, the more decorative one, but I still use it for showing stuff and, you know, to take my pictures. I got it at Hobby Lobby, and they do still sell them. So So what's everybody working on? Anything? YouTube must be censoring your chat. Oh, I don't know what's going on, Charlotte. I meant YouTube must be censoring your, yeah. I don't know. Is not all the chat stuff coming through? Have you been trying to send messages, Charlotte, and they're not going through? What's going on? Tell me, tell me. I have sent a couple chats. I'm not sure they're doing that now. There's actually doing that with other channels too, where people aren't seeing all the chat. Yeah, and that's been an issue in the past even, but I hadn't been having that issue. So, oh great. You know, because they have been having some glitchy stuff happen. So it wouldn't surprise me if it's starting again. But thank you for saying that, because yeah, I can't always tell. And of course, if you guys can't get through to me, then you can't tell me either, you know? And it stinks. They've been having glitchy stuff all across the board. So it's not just me. So I'm just not even worrying about it anymore. I don't know what's going to happen, honestly. I think it's kind of questionable with the YouTube stuff. I don't know. Whenever they went to try to fix something that wasn't broken, I think that's what their mistake was. But You know, that's just my opinion. Nobody asked me. And so I just hope they get it shook out pretty soon, you know. And to me, I was getting to feel like my chat was kind of weird and my numbers were like where they had been being, and then now it's like then they drop really low and then it's like they go up really high and then go down, you know, it's like something all over the place. Hey, Danae. I got on, it was about 8:45 or so whenever I got on, Danae. I got on a little bit early because I had everything ready, so it's like I'm just gonna go ahead and get on. Yeah, I was on another live last night, and the guy was saying is anybody there? And the chat was rolling and rolling and rolling, and he couldn't see it. Yeah, you see, I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess. Nothing we can do about it. Nothing we can do about it, you know. Because I needed a friend. Aww. See, you were speaking to me, Lenora. You were telling me. I heard you. Probably needed to check chat settings. Yeah, and that's a possibility too, because there's been times where there's been some stuff, you know, that's like, okay, I didn't do nothing with that, you know. Chicken tenders and honey mustard. That sounds good. I like honey mustard for a change sometimes. What'd you say? Yeah. Okay, I am going to take this down. Like I said, I haven't got this one finished yet. I still have it attached to my yarn ball. I'm gonna see how this one lays. I don't know, I have a feeling it's gonna pucker too much, but we'll see. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to release it a little bit. I'm probably gonna have to let it out a little bit. It's a little bit, and it's not exactly doing. So I wonder what I should do, if I should cut, I don't know, if I should cut more of the sleeve out. Yeah, here I am going all over the place. I don't know. I maybe should cut more of the sleeve out, or just straighten it out and leave it like a drop sleeve. I'm going to try to release it some. I'll catch up in a few days. Weave in my ends. I gotta do dishes and sleep. Have fun with your sleeves tonight. Aw. Sleeves good night. Well, thank you, Laura, for popping in and hanging out with us for a little bit. I was glad to see ya. You have a great day. A great evening, I guess I should say. Same here. I need a friend too. My sister passed away 6 years ago today, so it's been kind of a rough day. Oh, I'm sorry, Charlotte. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. So good night, Laura. Have a great night. And the rest of your week if I don't see you. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to play around with the sleeves a little bit more to try to figure it out. Because it could be that it's a matter of cutting the sleeves out a little bit more. And I may have to just try this one on to see where it hits on the shoulder. Because unless I just do want it to be a drop shoulder for this one, you know. What have you been working on for the last few lives? Yeah, I haven't been here, Janae. I haven't been here since Saturday. It's been since Saturday, whenever the kids came, that I've not been here. So I literally have not. This is what I crocheted on. I did crochet on this. I'm going to get myself all tangled up. I don't have anything snipped off of my ends or anything, but this is the one that I've been working on now. And I did have it up on the mannequin, but then I took it down. So I am almost done with it. I'm on row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yes, I have one row, this row over here to finish, and then put one more row on this side and I'll be done. So I have not been the last 2 days I've been feeling fine. I've been feeling great. I've been feeling normal. But there's a few days in there that I wasn't feeling so great. So I didn't crochet a whole lot. At least I got this one started and worked on whenever we went to town one day. So at least I'm pretty close. Like I said, I'm almost done with it. So, well, thank you, Danae. I am thankful she was. I know where she is, so that gives me. I fought for her real hard. I fought for her life. Well, and just try to focus on the good memories, I guess. I know that's hard sometimes, but these are the other t-shirts that I got. This one was $5 too. It's a women's small. And I think it's cute. It's a front tee. It doesn't have the back. And I think this is so cute. It says Kick Rocks. And I think it's adorable. And I'm going to make it into just a tee. I'm not going to do the poncho in it. I'm just going to put sleeves on it. And to kind of match, I'm going to use this as the sleeves to match the color that's in here and just do it a solid color. I'm going to try to do it more of a lacy looking or whatever, kind of more on the feminine side, not just do a strict granny square stitch or granny stitch or whatever with it. And then this one I got, it's a backside. And I think it's cute. It says built for feed, not for speed. With the horse. I got it because of the horse. So, but anyway, then the front, of course, has the Lincoln emblem on it. So, and I have some real pretty green to go with this one. And some of the other colors that are kind of in here too. I have a variegated actually that'll go really good with this. So, not sure if I'm going to do poncho or t-shirt with this one though. I had a few scrappy days this week. Hey, Eileen. If you scroll up a little bit, I explain what she had. I don't know if that message came through, though. Yeah, I don't know if it came through or not, Charlotte. I don't think it came through, Charlotte. Yeah, I went back and I don't see it. And then I already showed you the Be Kind one. I already had it the other day, thrifted. And then Jesus Take the Wheel. I showed that one the other evening too. So I'm excited to get the other two done too. So, well, I have a total of 4. So these are just going to be kind of intermittent, especially the ones that are kind of on the spring side a little bit. They may be something, I mean, some people like kind of the springy type colors too, sometimes even in the winter, fall and winter. And sometimes those colors are part of the color palette of the season. So you never know. But I have not worked any more on the granny square jacket. I've not done anything with that. So Lenora, are you on track with the granny square jacket? Duster jacket cardigan thing? I didn't know how far you had gotten because I have not touched it. So I still have it over here in my basket. Sam? I'll be right back. I thought Sam was in the living room. No, Whitney's in the bedroom watching something on his phone. I don't know. I didn't know what was going on. Because he had his earbuds in earlier, so. Any more ends to weave in? It got claimed. Does that count? Okay, you're gonna have to tell me what you mean on that one. I don't know. I got my train of thought broke, so you're just gonna have to tell me what you mean by that. Sorry. No, Danae, I did get them all in. I'm working on more squares. Okay. That's good. Because probably once I get to the point of what I think I kind of want the sleeve to be and kind of do a little bit of a band around it, I'm probably going to work on mine a little bit. Ask about progress. I said it got claimed as in progress. Gotcha. Okay. Yes, that counts. So you've made a lot more progress than me than me. Because I think the same square that I was working on is still in the basket. I don't think I even finished it. Because once they were here, it was go, go, go 100 miles an hour. And I was okay with that. So, how was everybody's weekend? How's y'all's weeks been so far? Anything good to share? Any good stories? Anything? Feel free. No, I haven't hardly touched it, and I just started working on squares when you came on. Oh, gotcha. Well, my Walter the Wolf, I have not worked on him anymore. I still have him sitting there. So I'm not going to really get too crazy into some of that stuff until it turns September. But, oh my gosh, Seth getting married. Well, of course, we have Labor Day weekend. We're going to be going to the Popcorn Festival all weekend because that is one thing that we go and spend the whole time at. And then the next weekend, he gets married. Then the next weekend, I don't think we have anything right now, but that next weekend, we have my mom and dad are putting on an anniversary party for me and my siblings because they're all kind of significant years this year for all of us. So she was putting something together for that, which I thought was very nice. Because my kids didn't do anything for me, and I mean, I have boys, so what do you expect? That ain't gonna happen, and I don't need a party anyway. But it will be fun to get together with family and stuff and with my siblings. Um, and then it seems like there was something else. We have a couple's bridal shower coming up, and I thought it was September, but it may not be. It may be October. I don't remember now. It seems like it was September though. But anyway, so I have a lot going on in September, and I had contemplated going ahead and doing the flea market in September, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So Kelsey saw it and thought I was making a blanket. It went from telling her what it was to sizing it against her in seconds. Well, that's what I was thinking that you thought. What popped in my head when you said it was claimed, I was like, oh, so did one of the kids end up claiming it and wanting to work on it? Or claimed it that they wanted you to make it for them type thing? So that's where I went with it, but I thought, no, I don't know if that's right. So I was just going to have you explain it to me of what you meant. So yeah, so in a way, yes, it was claimed. It was claimed by her, right? I told her she could have it because she was the only one who was going about how she loved it before she even knew what it was. Oh gosh, yeah. Well, she can be your walking advertisement. You'll be selling them like hotcakes. Okay. Oh, I told her anyone else it was $200. Well, yeah. Because some work is going into these things, that's for sure. There's a lot of yarn and a lot of time going into it. I did get a laugh because even she was like, you're making granny squares? Like actually making granny squares? Yes, yes, I am. And with them being only 5 rounds, right? They're gonna work up pretty quickly. It's just getting them all attached and figuring out, how, where, you know, how and where, what, you're going to want to put them is going to be my next thing. Because that's usually my struggle is the layout. And I'll have to lay them out and take a picture, lay them out, take a picture. So you may get 500 pictures from me of trying to lay this thing out. Then she says, when you get this done, you'll be one step closer to making a sweater. She's wanted to make her a Wesley sweater since Harry Potter was big. Oh, Weasley sweater. Weasley sweater. Since Harry Potter was big. Gotcha. Yeah, get your practice in. You may think it's nothing compared to doing this big granny square one. Good luck, Danae. I don't think I've even seen a good Cookie Monster pattern. I have some blue chunky yarn, but I am trying to find a nice Cookie Monster pattern. Oh, wow. Yeah, I've not come across one either. Um, if you could chart it out somehow, maybe like get some graph paper and try to do it. You go old school and get some graph paper. Or I'm sure there's something on the computer maybe you could try to do to make your own. You don't like planning things out. Okay. I understand that. Because most times, whenever I sit down to do something, I mean, I have a vision in my head and that's what I go off of, you know? So I get it. I get it. Just like these pants, I just dove into them without thinking, hey. And sometimes that ends up being some of the best projects, though, too. Yep, there's going to be a lot of granny squares with those pants. Just like with this jacket. So... Too late. You have to finish them, right? She's committed. She's already in. After each color, I'm moving in the ends, and I hate it. Your future self will love you, Danae. I like the way that I do mine, because then I don't usually have to weave too much. Every now and then I do, but for the most part, I don't have to weave all of them. So sometimes I do leave them a little bit longer to give it reinforcement in certain areas of, you know, what I'm doing or something, but yeah. Today I don't care what she says, no matter when you weave them in, it sucks. I'd rather hate myself now than later. Right. But like I said, future you will be so happy with you. Okay, I think I am just going to leave, just kind of stretch it out and not do it the puffy. And I'm going to try on my next one, since I already have the sleeve cut and done with this. I think it was meant to be a straight sleeve. I think something like this, I'm going to try to attempt to do more of a puffy with it. Or a gathered, not really puffy, but a gathered sleeve. So, I think it's about 8. Almost 9 inches, something like that. And I am going to go ahead and cut it off. Oh gosh. Because it will kind of drape down. It's kind of off the shoulder and kind of drapes down a little bit, more of like a slouch sleeve. And I'm okay with that. I really wish I could see my needle. Oh, there it is. Because I dropped it as soon as I came online earlier. Okay. And oh my gosh, and cleaning out the garage, I found a ton of beads from whenever I had my jewelry making business. So I did find quite a few of the wooden beads that I use for some of my bags and stuff. So I was happy about that. So I shouldn't have to be buying anything else for any of those things. And I had forgot that I had stored some of that stuff out in the garage. So I was happy to find that, but I definitely have a ton more of just other jewelry stuff. So I'm going to go through and organize that and maybe try to do a whatnot with it, or just see if I can find somebody that does jewelry if they want it. So I had a past client that she uh, made jewelry, and I gave a bunch to her a while back, there before I retired. I don't know if she'd want it or not. So I have a bag sitting, well, no, actually a flower pot sitting down here that has it in it. So that'll be fun. Another project. But I do kind of want to group things together a little bit, kind of organize it a little bit better if I do end up doing a whatnot. I looked it up this evening to see kind of what people were doing with their beads and how they were doing it and stuff. But I'm gonna look back into it a little bit more and see kind of what I want to do. There we go. Okay. And I found a trash bag and I was like, oh, I think this has some of the kids' catching equipment, maybe clothes, baseball stuff, or whatever that had been left out there. No, I opened it and it was like, not quite half full to maybe, I don't know, maybe a third of the way full. I don't know. It did have quite a bit in it of blue, all different colors of blue yarn, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, that didn't end up turning out to be, oh, okay, like exciting, okay. It had sat out there for too long, so I could not salvage it. There wasn't even a way of making anything and then laundering it. It had been out there for too long. I mean, it was in good condition. Nothing had gotten into it, but it was almost like from the moisture and probably the humidity off and on. I don't even remember when I set it out there. I don't even remember setting it out there. Um, but yeah, so I was kind of like, okay, no, we're not. It kind of smelled musty a little bit. Not horribly, but enough. And I was like, nope, we're not doing that. So I had to get rid of it. Okay, I think I'm going to like that sleeve just fine. And just leaving it like that for this one. And I will do the other sleeve the same way. But I'm going to do that later. And yeah, this is a size large. Yeah. But I'm going to fold this up and I'm going to move to my granny jacket for a little bit. Put up my sewing needle. I don't need it right now. Oh, and I did find me some more needles in with some of my stuff too. So I brought that in. Get to my granny square. My one little granny square. I think he's up here at the top. Maybe not. I don't know where he's at. No, I see Walter. Oh, here you are. I found it. My first in the process granny square from Saturday. Hmm. At least I'm on the last row. Yep. Okay, I need to see my bigger granny square. That's my little one, right? No, I need to see this one maybe, or both. Actually, I need to go by both. I do need my needle back. Go through. I'm glad I went ahead and got these darning needles for thread, for yarn, whatever. Not thread, but yarn. Because I definitely do like using a regular sewing needle to sew in my ends. But they're mostly, most of the time, you know, teeny tiny little eyes on them. And these had the bigger eyes there. So it makes it so much easier. And I'm not sitting here trying to thread it for half an hour. Yeah, and I got these at Hobby Lobby for $1.50 for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pack. And they're just the darning, you know. So they were there, so I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and get them. Makes it so nice. Because I found some that were, I think, on clearance somewhere. It may have been Hobby Lobby. It's been a long time ago. And so I went ahead and grabbed them, but they were more of like the blunt ends ones. They weren't, you know, didn't have the point on them to where you could really get in and sew. And I liked them okay, but they don't work near like these do. So I was like, yes, please. Kind of like your embroidery needle or whatever. Is what it kind of reminds me of, and it probably is what it is, actually. Okay, 1 square down and 2,000 to go. Actually, what, 59? Maybe, something like that. Okay, what combination do I want to do next? Yep, here's my Walter. Poor Walter, he shoved it back in the basket too. I'm gonna get my bright green. I do have some bent at the very tip. I do have some of those. I have one of those. I don't use it very often. Actually, I don't really care for it that much. Whenever I go to try to sew with it, sometimes to sew some of my plushies and stuff, thinking that maybe it'll be easier or help. No, not for me, it doesn't. I guess it's just because I don't use it enough, maybe. But yeah, I hardly ever use my one like that with the curved end. I have occasionally, like I said, but not very often. I'm just talking about the regular darning needles like this. So that have the bigger eyes in them, so then you can actually thread them good and they're nice and pointy. Nice and sharp. Oh yeah, I did find me some more gray. I don't think I have it in here. Of the dark gray. Oh, it didn't change. So I've been working on fixing the threshold on the back door. Got it down to the last board and couldn't figure out how to get it back on without creating a trip hazard. Uh-oh. I got myself all tangled up. Decided to think on it for a bit. A while later, here comes the 2-year-old grandson, flips the board over, and voila, problem solved, outsmarted by a 2-year-old. Oh my gosh. Yeah, isn't it funny how that happens sometimes? Oh gosh. Well, so there you go. Problem solved. He was pretty proud of himself for fixing it. Oh, I'm sure he was. I'm sure he was. He felt like a real big boy then. He can be your right-hand man now, I guess. Right-hand handyman. Throw that one in. or teal. Yeah. Keep wanting to call this turquoise and it's teal. I washed a water bottle so many times, but I don't know how to get the smell out. Yeah, because obviously left-handed grandma had a metal block. Well, I take it, Danae, did you leave something in it too long is why it smells, or had something in it that made it smell? And you see, a baking soda was coming to mind too, for me. Because that's supposed to be like a good deodorizer to take, even to kind of take out of plastics and things like that. It seems like it draws it out or something. Probably juice, yeah. Oh, you've done that. It's still there. Hmm. Okay, no. What was I doing? There we go. Mr. Ryan came over this evening, said he was limping. Asked what happened. He says he heard it at school. And none of the teachers had their phones, so they couldn't call to take him to the hospital. Oh, my. Well, hopefully Mr. Ryan is okay. 3, 4. And this one. I said, do you really think you need to go to the hospital? Oh, yeah. This shin of all places, his shin of all places was hurt, so I wrapped it with an ace bandage so he would be all better. Oh, poor guy. He says, I'm not showing mom and dad. I said, I have to tell mom so she knows why you have it. He looks at me and says, then you have to tell them the whole story. You didn't tell them. Oh, I figure he has some kind of story. There's always a story. Okay, score number 2. Oh, goodness. I've been going to bed early. Well, not last night, but prior to that, I was going to bed early, so I think I got used to it there those couple days. Okay. Okay, put these over here. Already used. It was hard. No, I came down here. I was dying. Basically, it boils down to 2 of the other grandsons have had to have wraps or braces on this summer, so he had to have an injury too. Oh my gosh. The oldest grandson had stayed up there last weekend and had twisted his ankle at school, so he had his foot wrapped while he was up there. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Hey, Scrallin, how are you? Hope you've been well. Well, good morning to you. Where's the other card? There it is. Ouch. I am actually working on the granny square jacket duster cardigan squares right now. I was working on a t-shirt. I am almost done with another one of the ponchos. So I was trying to decide on leaving a sleeve, like a gathered puffy style sleeve, or leaving it straight. So I ended up straightening it out and not leaving it gathered. So I'm going to try another one to experiment on to see about if it's kind of where I'm cutting it out, possibly. I might have to go up a little bit higher on the shoulder. So the one I was working on earlier before I switched back to working on the cardigan, it's this one here. And I just did like it's kind of like a drop sleeve. And then I'm going to do like a crochet pocket granny square over here, I believe. And then this is the back of it. If I hold it, I try not to hold it up too high. It just says howdy on it. And it's on the back. So that's why I'm going to put the granny square pocket in the front. So I thought that would be kind of cute. Oh gosh. Well, thank you, Starlin. But I finished my one square that I've been working on Saturday, and I got a second one done. This is my third one. And I'm trying to be good about weaving in my ends after I get done with each square. So far, so good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Working on corner to corner big scarf. The second 2 and 3. Okay. Awesome. There's some weird sounds outside tonight. I don't know what the deal is. These squares that I'm putting together have no rhyme or reason, just whatever colors I put into my bigger squares, going by that. So we'll see how this turns out. It'll be interesting. Mission failed. I got Taco Bell instead. Oh no, Chosen. What did you get from Taco Bell? Oh, just tacos? Okay. Tacos are good. Back in the day, when I was still eating gluten, I loved their chalupas. That's what I loved. They were so good back in the day. But they would wreck me now. Would totally wreck me. Mmm. Tacos, jammy. Oh. Tacos are good. Now, if I have tacos, I make them here because I make my own taco seasoning and stuff. Yeah, I do too. I love a good taco, and I'm all about the spice. And we have a pretty good Mexican restaurant that's not too far away from here that me and my girlfriends usually go to when we get a chance. We haven't been in a while, but excuse me, it's pretty good. Whitney's not really a fan, but oh well. But every chance Sam and I get, I usually try to make something kind of along that style of food. If not once a week, once every other week or so. And make my version of it so I can have it. Do they have a Taco Bell where you live, Scrolling? I don't know what all countries have what. Or if every country has the same thing. I have no clue. They were 3 soft tortilla with melted cheese, crispy, juicy sliced beef with dashes of tomatoes, finely cut alongside the enriched lettuce, whom accompany the, as the Americans say, tacos. Sounds luscious. I like the hard shells better, but that's. I've tried the corn, just like the corn tortillas, like the soft shell corn, soft shell. I just don't like them as well. But I think they're how they're made, because there has been some that I haven't minded. But I think it's how they're made sometimes too. I have tacos on my friends on September. You should write reviews. Name a food and I can write a review right now for it. I can even describe stores in high detail. I am a poet after all. Ice cream sundae. There you go. Okay, number 3, done. Let's see. Oh, my chat. Is he writing his poem? And Colonel, same story. These are the friends that make your Sunday a fundamental before Monday. Whenever, however, now, ever, a delightful dairy treat frozen to a slush, whom is ordained friends of flavor that showcase their face to your taste. Chocolate, a sweet, masterful paste of tropical. The first comment was supposed to go second, so read it that way. Oh gosh. Tropical origin and caramel, same story. These are the friends that make your Sunday a fundamental before Monday. Gotcha. Oh, my Manny back here, she's naked. I should put something on her. I'll put my t-shirt back on her. She doesn't need to be sitting there flashing people. I just now realized that. There we go. Well, they're a little crooked, but oh well. At least she's not flashing anymore. Gwen just discovered how many spider webs get built across the yard at night. I can't stop laughing. She's still having a fit about how big the spiders were. Oh my. Well, I don't like them either. I don't like them. And cleaning out the garage, I've had to encounter a few. I'm wondering if I didn't come across a little brown recluse at one point in time. He's a dead one now, but that's the only thing about fall that I don't like is whenever all the spiders really come out. It seems like uh, the uh, the ones that I especially don't like. It seems like they're all over the place. And next food. The spiders are trying to get warm. Oh, I'm sure they are. And I know the vast majority of them, they're here for a purpose and eating some of the bad insects and things like that. And I don't, you know, I don't know. I'm gonna plug myself in. I have a feeling a new phone is in my future very soon. Um, my battery isn't keeping charge like it used to. A choice of nature that illuminates a hue we call green and nutrients that make us feel greener. The cucumber has stylish ways to be prepared to assist and boost your health. So, love it, hate it, cucumber. Oh gosh, we have spiders all summer long out there. You can just go strolling through the yard at night. You can't just go strolling through the yard at night. Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't like that. And it seems like, I mean, here in the house, every now and then, well, especially at the turn of seasons and stuff, it seems. Because this spring, I was watching spiders crawl across our living room floor and everything, and I was like, nope, nope, nope. And usually Whitney sprays for them. He was out spraying for wasps because we get wasps like crazy. They'll hide out in my lawn furniture, and I don't like that either. Okay, what color am I gonna use now? But yeah, our yard and stuff isn't that bad as far as the spiders goes. We don't have that issue necessarily here where we're at now, but we definitely had them over at the Schaefer place. Would you still love us if we were spiders? Um, I mean, I would have to love you. And I mean, I can say that I love the creatures. They have a purpose. It's just stay away from me. And the poisonous ones, I will kill them. So I don't. That's the thing. If I can kill them or find a way to kill them, yeah, they're going to be dead ones. The other ones I can somewhat tolerate. Just stay away from me. You know. but I know you're not going to be a spider, so I don't have to worry about it. Oh gosh. Only if we can call you Paragag Spider. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. You were the first, guys. Like I shared before, there was that one really beautiful one that I could appreciate, but I knew she wasn't going to bother me. She could care less about me, and she was that beautiful garden spider. She was huge, but she was so pretty. She really was. I mean, it kind of gave me the little eeks a little bit. I just got shivers down my spine. Um, the legs and everything, but she was beautiful. I mean, she just had the prettiest colors, and just, yeah, I could really appreciate her. I just kept thinking Charlotte's Web. I just kept thinking about that. And that's the only spider that I've really been like, oh, okay, I can appreciate you from afar. You know, you do you, and I'll do me, and just. Because actually, I don't think they live very long either. Beetles are the crabs of bugs. Yeah, I don't really. Those beetles, man. Uh, I actually haven't saw too many like this summer or anything. Usually, like in the summertime and stuff, or even at the change into fall. I don't know. No, we haven't got to that yet, so that could be different. But there for a while, it seemed like we would have so many of those beetles. I have seen live like giant spiders. I don't want to see no giant spiders. I don't want to see them as big as my leg or anything. Oh, okay, that's just giving me the eaves. I can't tell you. I just feel like they're crawling on my back. Oh, no, no, no. Those are just, no. Those would scare me. I just, and how do you take care of those things? I mean, how do you, I don't know. I'm just always afraid that whatever spider it is going to bite me and it's going to like do something to me, make me sick or something or whatever. And probably the vast majority don't even, I don't know. I mean, but I do know the ones, that are not good. But none of them to me are, I don't know. They're just scary to me. They're scary. All of them are. Hmm. Mosquitoes use our blood to reproduce more mosquitoes, and the bump from mosquito bites or because we scratch the area roughly. A mentor of mine, Mr. Google Search, told me that. Your mentor, Mr. Google Search? Well, the itching and stuff, I mean, it's from whatever, whenever they bite us, so it makes it itch. So, can't help that. Luckily, I don't get bit very often. My oldest gets bit, it seems like, all the time. But breathe this one in a little bit more. I don't know what happened to Charlotte. If she's still here or not, if she's. still having trouble with the chat. Her jazz hands probably scare them off. Maybe. I guess right now, though, you're Miss Careful Hands. Right now, being out in the garage and cleaning, yes. I'm surprised I haven't anyway, come across any more bugs, spiders, whatever than what I have. We've gotten so much done out there. Because each day we're just doing chunks of time. Not getting any too big a hurry in the morning, doing stuff in the house first, and then maybe eat lunch, or maybe go out and work a little bit, then come in and eat lunch, then go back out. Another one, number 4. So we've actually been getting a lot done. I was wondering the same about Charlotte. Yeah, so I don't know. She may still be having troubles. I don't know. I'll have to check my email. Oh, gosh. Huh. I have to check my email and see if she maybe emailed me and let me know if something happened or whatever. So, yeah, let the yawning commence. Hey, Lulu, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Walter back with his color there. Found a track phone in all of our stuff. It had to be one of the boys' track phones at some point in time, because that's all they had whenever they were younger. Because I don't remember. I think at one time me and Whitney did have one, but I don't think it was one of these. So I thought that was interesting, the little teeny tiny track phone. It's like, I don't even know that we have a charger or anything for it. But here are my beads. A garbage bag. cool. And like, I even found some like leather stuff, wooden beads that I can use, everything. So I'm kind of excited about that. So I'm going to try to sort through those sometime. So we may have a bead sorting night. Who knows? That could be real interesting. Yoda's journey isn't right. Oh gosh. That's what I said. Let it commence. Oh my goodness. Mini granny stitch do. I got 3 squares done, or I finished this one. This was the one from Saturday. And then I got this one done tonight, and this one, and this one. So I think I'm going to stop for tonight. So once the the yarning starts, once the yawning starts, yeah, cause see, it's already then I start fading and I don't make a lick of sense, I can't make a lick of sense out of what anybody tells me, you know. I start not being able to focus. So I'm getting my stuff put up as we're still talking, so I can have everything put away and know where everything is for tomorrow. I have my t-shirt stuff here. Oh goodness. Oh boy. Oh, the good old, you have 24 hours to bring your money or else track phone, right? Oh my gosh. Hey Emma, how are you? Yeah, I don't miss having the track phone. I mean, because I know at one time in between, when we were trying to decide in between providers, I think we did do the track phone for a little bit, or it might have been before we even got like, because I don't even remember what the first carrier was that we ever had. But then I think it was a carrier that got bought out by, you know, the biggest one in America right now that seems to have the market. And but anyway, yeah, I don't know. Probably once upon a time I probably had the plug-in forever for this, the charger for it forever probably, but since I did my whole clean out, I probably got rid of it. So this usually where Randy says hi or something. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes it's before now, but I'm doing well. I'm glad to finally have time to sit and crochet. Well, I'm glad you're doing well, Emma, and I'm glad you're here. I kind of started putting everything away. Because my yawning has started, and usually whenever I start to do that, then it's like not too much, and I'm going to be fading out. See, here I go. Here I go. Here I go. tell us a bedtime story about crocheting. Oh gosh. Once upon a time in a land far, far away. Lived Jazzy Hands Johnna. Well, I'm glad I got to pop in before you left. Well, I'm glad that you were able to too, Emma. I'm glad to see you tonight. I truly am, and I am so appreciative that you came in to say hi and to hang out. So we were just still chit-chatting a little bit. So because I had been on for a little over 2.5 hours, so and this is the first time I've been on since Saturday, so it's been a minute. It's been a little bit since I've been on, so but I've not really had a chance to because of just things, life and things. That's all I got right now. That's all I can come up with. Sorry. You can proceed from there, Chosen. Oh gosh. We need to get that one screen fixed that Gray decided to punch a hole in. Well, he didn't actually punch a hole in it. He was like he's like pushing it with his head, and it's like, better not be doing that. Oh goodness. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight, ladies and gents. So, in Crochet Kingdom, where the Wool King and the Wool Queen lived happily in the blink of an eye, the yarn monstrous appeared. You have a good night too, Danae. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Yes, good morrow to you too, Chosen. And hopefully I will be on tomorrow. So I do have a chiropractor's appointment tomorrow, so we'll see how the day goes and what's going on. So you should be writing this down, Chosen. Yes, yeah, he should. You need to finish the story to proceed from where you left off so you can finish the story tomorrow. So, okay. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with me. I love you all dearly. I appreciate you so much. And we will talk again soon. I'm starting to lose my voice. Good night.